This is a short nutshell video on what a caveat on your property means. First of all, let's break down what a caveat is. So in layman terms, a caveat means warning. Basically, it means a legal notice placed on a property. It's like a notification, an alert, a legal alert. And you don't actually need to own the property. Yes, that's right. And it's sometimes called an unregistered interest, where the caveateur, which is the person putting the caveat, they place an alert on the property and provide details of their claim against the property and how they can be formally contacted. Basically, the caveateur, which is the person placing the caveat, will place a caveat on the property, the prime place of residence or investment property. And anyone that has an interest on this property, for example, someone that's going to buy this property, the government body will then notify the caveateur of that person's interest. But then you might ask, what does having an interest in a property mean? Again, in layman's terms, so say you have a property, usually with a property, you have a certificate of title, which basically proves you own this property. So on the certificate of title, under the title owner, there'll be a thing called caveat. So say this person who owns this property that has a certificate of title, the title owner tries to sell this property to you. For example, you're the first home buyer. This person has to deal with the caveateur, or the person who lodged the caveat, before selling this property to you legally. The next thing you might ask is, who can lodge a caveat? Well, you might not know this, but you, the first home buyer, when you signal or enter into a contract to purchase a property, you're actually put on a caveat. It's called a caveatable interest. That's correct, someone who has signed a contract to buy the property. But most often than not, people know that caveats are usually creditors who wants to prevent sellers from disposing the property. You can also be an equitable mortgagee, a partner, leasee, beneficial under a trust, and a victim of fraud. And I'll go into more details in probably on our TikTok. But guys, don't worry, those first home buyers and first time investors that's watching these type of TikToks, you don't need to manually put down a caveat on the property that you're interested in buying. The solicitor and conveyancer will do that for you. This TikTok is more about being aware that when you purchase a property, just get your certificate of title, which is the title of the deed of the property, checked by a solicitor to see whether there's a caveat by a debtor or a creditor. Because it's actually pretty cheap to lodge a caveat on a property. Look at different states, 164, less than $200. I mean, if I had a vendetta against you, I probably would lodge a caveat against the property that you want to buy, and then therefore the seller can't sell it to you because they have to go through me. And a caveat is a pretty powerful tool, so until it's withdrawn, removed, or otherwise extinguished, it remains in effect indefinite. And the Land Titles Office cannot register any transaction involving a land while a caveat is still in force. And a caveat can be withdrawn any time by the caveateur. For example, if I was that evil caveateur, by simply filling out the necessary forms and paying the associated fees, which is less than $300. So guys, that's caveats in a nutshell. Drop me any questions in the comment section. And yes, I'm back to making TikToks. I'm back from holidays.